I want to ask you a very difficult question, which I'm afraid of asking you, which is my deepest wish to understand, you know, blame from my side around it. And if you maybe know or understand or can enlighten me with the, let's say, maybe just like the abuse of sexuality.
So you feel that men abuse women sexually?
And maybe specifically, yeah, not physically, but also consuming pornography.
So I can only answer for myself. I mean, I am a male, but I certainly can't answer on behalf of everybody out there. You need to understand that I carry wounds too. And I carry wounds around intimacy. And I'm really scared of being intimate. And so within that, I carry wounds of addiction as well. For me, growing up, there were only two forms of being, and that was intimate with my partner or safe from my partner. Intimate or safe. And so I snapped between those two forms very easily. And obviously when I was intimate with her, it meant that we made love. So that we got the chemical intimacy, we got the endorphins, we got the oxytocins, we got all of that kind of thing that, oh, yes, that's so beautiful to be intimate. Oh, and so there was a nurturing. And so we became, she was part of it, fixated on the intimacy, on the addiction. And then what happened was something would happen and there'd be a scare and we'd be back, and I'd be back over there. And so what I'm learning now as a male is that I can have regulation. So maybe a good indication of regulation is when we first started this conversation, I was closer. And then when you started, I went all the way back, and now I'm halfway between. And that's me regulating that now I'm able to say I can come in mid-range. If I came there, that would feel too close. This would feel cold and disconnected. And so now in the masculinity that I'm adopting, I'm able to come mid-range and saying, that is where our intimacy is. The intimacy is how do I hold you and how do you hold me so that we got resonance. So it's not necessarily physically intimacy. It's not necessarily that addictive intimacy of that I have to conquer you and that I have to conquer you. And in the release of my addictions, that's where I find intimacy. It's how do I find intimacy, this flow? How do I just find the right amount of pressure that we both feel connected? And so that's really what my journey's been about, is being exploring what intimacy is for me and how I find intimacy.
Space that we are able to come close. I want to see your eyes, or go back. That everything is possible, that movable, that I don't need to hold your hands and stick to your hands until we discuss this finished, to allow me and you to navigate within the discussion, because I think it's not linear.
And you see, that's only possible because I've learned a new skill. That's only possible that I've learned mid-range. I've learned to be able to sit in the mid-range. Without me being able to sit in the mid-range, that's impossible. Either holding hands together and be like that and we snap together and now you own me and I own you and codependence and all other fucking shit. Or I'm like that and I'm free. Got rid of her. Oh, isn't that nice? And so there's not this mid-space. So few of us know this mid-space or able to experience this mid-space.